Good evening and welcome to the online junior footy and netball show. All thanks to Powercore, of course, powering up Australia. They absolutely love it and do a wonderful job here locally as well. Tippy Rourke and the crew, Big Percy, Sealy, Moo Cowling, you name it, they do it. They are sensational. And McDonald's, Mickey D. We love, oh, it's out here, there it is. We like our McDonald's here. That is for sure, and it's great to have you with us once again. Now, no Matt Sell tonight, disappointed, but he's just feeling a little bit off and had the day off school today, so he will be back next week. He tells me bigger and better than ever, but I say very good evening to Ruby Couch. How are you, Rubes?
Yeah, good to be here.
Mate, great to have you here, and it's just us. I know you're a little bit edgy. Thinking, hang on, I might have to ask a few more questions tonight, but listen, fantastic day today for you girls at Emmanuel College. You had the inter-school girls footy, and the Emmanuel girls got the job done.
Yeah, it was a really good competition. We versed Horsham, Mount Clear, which is like a suburb of Ballarat, and Trinity from Colac. And we kept them to 0 in every game.
Every game, yeah. Not one score. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, went undefeated, so it was a good game.
And what about you? How'd you go, mate?
Yeah.
I'd say you would have starred, mate. Who were some of the better players? Who were the standouts for the day, Rubes?
May Cummings, she goes really well. She just gets in and tackles people. Kate Nasita, definitely one, just doesn't stop kicking goals. Kicked 7 on the weekend actually too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great game by her.
It is great, it's great to see, so many girls getting involved in footy, cricket, you name it, netball.
Yeah,
it's just brilliant at the moment. There's plenty of opportunities too, Rubes, isn't there? For girls and talent-wise, if you've got a bit of ability, the pathway programs are just brilliant at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
And you're a bit of a cricketer too yourself, aren't you? Is that the way? Like, what's your preferred sport?
I do really enjoy both cricket and netball, but I had a really good cricket season last year. Like, we didn't come away with the win in the grand final, but the team, Luke Can as a coach, great mentor. It was really good.
He does a great job, that is for sure. And it's that cold outside. I've done the beanie too tonight, so I apologise. But the beanie is on. Plenty to get through. We've got a couple of really exciting guests too, which I'm looking forward to having a talk to. Let's start off with the footy, Rubes. And, the Warrnambool Blues, Maddie Sell's Blues, they had their second win of the season, of course, beating Terang Mortlake. And Theo Opperman, once again, leading the way for the Blues. I know Maddie Sell touched on it last week. He can't be far off getting a senior selection because he's been in great nick, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
I love putting you on the spot here. North Warrnambool Eagles, they continued on their winning way. They defeated the Port Fairy Seagulls. Seb Shields, of course, brother of Millie, who we had on last week. He was the standout for the North Warrnambool Eagles. Koroyd Saints, they bounced back, coming off a defeat the week before. And undermanned Camperdown. Can I just give the shout out to the Camperdown Magpies? I think they've only got about 15 players on their squad. That just the way that the years fell and stuff up at Camperdown. They do a great job, those kids. Mickey Abson, I was talking to him a couple of weeks ago, and full credit to them. They turn up each and every week. They're undermanned, but they just get out there and play and have a bit of fun and compete, which I think is what it's all about, Rubes, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So good on. So stick at it, boys. You're doing a great job up there. Cobden defeated Portland by 10 points. Tanner Frattataro, he's best on for the second week in a row, so he's in sensational nick for the Cobden Bombers. So he's got to be pushing for senior selection. And the Roosters got home by 9 points with Henry Rhodes leading the way for the South Warrnambool boys against Hamilton. And that was Hamilton's first loss of the season, I think. They were top of the table. So that was a good win by your mob, Rubes, the Roosters. Yeah. The Red Army. They do a great job up there, that is for sure, and always have. Hey, listen, we're going to go to the first of our very special guests tonight, and I can't wait to talk to this man. He's an absolute talent, not only on the footy field, also off the football field. He plays under 16 football out at the Koroyd Saints. We're going to say very good evening to Jalen Brown. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Mate, fantastic, and I love your story, and I've kind of followed your story since you're a young kid. You're an amputee, mate. You lost your leg. Can you just explain what actually happened there, buddy?
I was born with a disease called proximal femoral focal deficiency, which was my leg didn't form properly. So Mum decided to amputate it when I was born, and then, I've just had one leg ever since.
Mate, unbelievable story. I've seen you grow up as a young boy. I've seen you on the basketball court, footy field. As I said, you just get in, you have a crack, and you got talent oozing out of every limb, I reckon, mate. You're just an absolute superstar. You know, like you don't know any different, but it's obviously been challenging in that at times, mate.
Yeah, it has been, but like you just get over things like that eventually, and just try your hardest all the time.
What about the wheelchair football and all that kind of stuff? Tell us about all that, because selected to play with the Hawthorn Football Club last year, mate. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so they contacted me last year and just asked if I wanted to go and try, and of course I said yes. And yeah, it's really good, because I'm a bit slow like on the footy field, but in a wheelchair, it's not too bad.
I have heard that, mate. You're an absolute animal when you get in that wheelchair. Same with the basketball and stuff, buddy. Has that been a really enjoyable, you know, kind of process, playing against the best, I suppose, you know, in Australia and competing against the best?
Yeah, like try to, but not sure how I go.
Mate,
Must be all right.
I think you're underselling yourself. I think you do an absolute sterling job. Now, what is your favourite sport, mate? You play so many. What's your go-to?
At the moment, I'd have to say basketball, but footy is up there.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
So we've had a few losses in a row. How is your team coping with that?
Yeah, not too good, but like at training, we're just knuckling down, trying to get better every week, and hopefully this week we can get a win over Warrnambool, who are just sitting above us on the ladder.
And Jalen, who's coaching the under-16s, mate, out of Koroit?
Nick O'Sullivan.
Oh, big Arnie. You got a pretty good coach out there, mate. He'd be pretty fierce. He was pretty fearsome on the footy field back in his heyday, mate. And I reckon he coaches the same.
He does.
Sensational, mate. And what about your mum, of course, Louise, who's been a fantastic sportswoman throughout her whole life as well. She's been a sensational basketballer and netballer. Has she been a great guidance? And, of course, Maddie Brown, your dad, mate, another one who just eats, sleeps and breathes sport.
Yeah, it's been very good. Like, growing up as a kid, just always having sport in my life. It's been really good. Like, I'm not sure what I'd do without it.
And I tell you what, it's a great thing, isn't it? You know, sport in people's lives, I reckon, is just brilliant. Mate, can we just say an absolute credit to you? You're an absolute inspiration in my eyes. You do such an awesome job, and I know your mum and dad are super proud of you. And gee whiz, you know, from afar, like I look at you and just admire what you do each and every week. It's just fantastic, mate. And I love what you're doing, and keep it up, because you're a talent, that is for sure, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And what a ripper kid. Was he same year level as you, Roops?
Yeah.
Good kid at school, mate. You can tell he's gone there. You can tell. You can open up. You got any stories on Jalen in the schoolyard, really, mate?
Not too much, but I think he gets into a bit of trouble in the hallways.
Oh, come on. Oh, there you go, mate. Lucky he's gone. Hey, let's move along to the netball from last week, and we'll have a look at the first game. Koroit, they were 16 goals winners over Camperdown. Greta Gleeson starred with the Saints, 38 goals. That's a fair game. Yeah,
she's a great player. I think she's always played goals, but she's gone into defence a few times this year too. But yeah, she's just, overall great player.
Yeah, magnificent. I think it was 38 out of 54 or something too, so it's a fair old strike rate. The North Warrnambool Eagles easily accounted for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Millie Shields, our special guest last week, she led the way. Yeah, that's fantastic. She's in good nick, isn't she? She's playing well. Definitely. Yeah, she's very fit. Has always kept up. I think even last year during COVID, she was always doing some sort of sport by herself. Yeah, full credit to her, that is for sure. Warrnambool in the close one only scraped home by 2 goals against Terran Mortlake. Sarah Byrne was voted best on court. Tell us a little bit about Sarah, Rubes. I played on her a few times. She used to play for North Warrnambool, and she moved across to Warrnambool this year. But yeah, she's playing really well up there. I think she's getting a run in defence, and I think she's also gone in goals a few times as well, which is really good for versatility. Fantastic. And what about the Roosters, mate? They got beaten by 7. Hamilton Kangaroos, they're pretty good, always have been in the netball. And the Phillips sisters, tell us about them, because they scored every goal. Yeah, they're very tall.
But yeah, it's a credit to them because, they're just, really good players.
Yeah, and they're good outfit, the netball, right across the board up there at Hamilton, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, what about Cobden? They had a big win over Portland under lights. Georgia Walsh doing all the damage once again. She's in great nick, isn't she?
Yeah, I think we're versing Cobden in up and coming weeks, but yeah, it should be a great game.
Yeah, my oath. Well, that was the last round of netball in the under 17 and a halves. The action's certainly hotting up, and one of the stars of the competition, Tilly Barmer, has been kind enough to join us as well tonight. And Till, we say a very good evening to you. How you going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. And you play with the Port Fairy Seagulls. Always a proud club when it comes to netball. You know, I think of Nicole Dwyer is the name that springs to mind. Sarah McCorkle, that have been some of the talented young girls that have come through and shone at that club for so long. It must be great to have role models like that to look up to.
Yeah, no, it's really great. They're always helping around the club, and it's just so good to have them around.
Yeah, that's great. Who's your under 17s coach this year?
We have Christy Pruin, and then there's a few helpers like my mum, and then just a couple other girls.
Yeah, that's good. Random question: do you have any superstitions? Do you have any lucky socks or something like that?
You've got to do certain things, or eat certain foods before a game.
I do actually. I always have carbonara on the Friday night, and then start of every season I get a pair of socks that I wear every single game.
Wow! Nice. So they last you the whole season.
Yep, I don't change them.
Now, what about where do you get the pasta carbonara from, mate? Over in Port Fairy Alex's, or does Mum make it?
So fresh every Friday.
I love it. I used to have a Kermons hamburger rubes back in my day. That was my go-to. And if I didn't have a Kermons, I wouldn't get near it. Have you got any superstitions, Ruby?
Not really. Just get on the court and try and play.
Hey, Till, where are you situated on the ladder? Where are the Port Fairy girls at the moment, mate? How's your season been so far?
We've only had one win so far. So that's not too bad. So we're not exactly on the bottom, but definitely in the lower half. But we're just looking for a couple more wins coming up. So that should be pretty good.
And what about numbers-wise and that? Coming off the back of COVID, numbers have been, struggling in certain areas and that. And I would imagine that under 17.5 netball will be no different. How are numbers around the club over there at Port Fairy in regards to the netball, Till?
Pretty good. There are a lot of senior girls coming in, but with juniors, we've had to pull a few girls out of retirement. So, that was good to get them out and about again.
Yeah, that's great. What's one of your favourite positions? Because I know you played centre against us, but also got to go in goals and in defence.
Definitely defence. I'm not a goalie at all. Random getting thrown into there, but definitely goal defence or goalkeeper.
So that's your position you like, that's nice little spot on the court. Have you got a bit of size, Till? You can defend obviously the taller shooters and stuff. Yeah,
no, it definitely helps being a bit taller than quite a few girls. So I always try and use that to my advantage.
Awesome. What school do you go to, mate?
I'm at Emmanuel in Year 11.
Yeah, fantastic. And, it's a great school, that is for sure. And, they certainly grow kids in regards to sport, netball, footy, whatever it might be. They're a progressive school in that way, which I think is fantastic. Hey, Till, who you got this weekend, mate? Who the Seagulls got?
We've got Camperdown in Camperdown, so it should be pretty good.
Yeah, right. And how have Camperdown gone so far, Rubes?
I think they're situated, in the lower half as well, which would be a great game for Port Fairy to definitely try and take under their wing.
Well, look out, mate. Fingers crossed you might get the job done for win number 2 for the season. Good on you, Till. Hey, listen, thanks very much for joining us, mate. We really appreciate it. And good luck for the rest of the season. Hopefully we see your name in the better players a couple of times. How's that sound?
Hopefully. We'll see what happens.
Good stuff. And Tilly's just kicking back on little Wednesday night. Obviously, no homework as yet, Rubes, but she'll just get into it at some point in time, you would imagine.
You think so?
Good stuff. Now, listen, who are the Roosters got this weekend? Portland?
Yeah, Portland at home.
Yeah.
Should be a great game.
Back up at the Friendly Societies Park. Where are Portland situated?
I think they're in the last 3 as well. So
Right.
hopefully it should be a game that we can,
Big game to kind of get yourself into that top 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome stuff. Well, listen, we must thank our sponsors. McDonald's, Ruby's heading here after this, not me, but Ruby's going to head there after this and get a big McDonald's feast because she loves her Mickey D's, don't you?
Yeah.
All over it. Of course, SunGold FM flavoured milk too. It is magnificent. And the crew at Fresher Fruit Juice, we mustn't forget them. And the big ones too, Power Core. They love junior football, they love junior netball, they just love junior sport across southwest Victoria, which is absolutely fantastic. Rubes, thanks very much for joining me, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
You're a little legend, don't worry about that. Make sure you get out and have a look at Ruby on at the netball court for the South Warrnambool Roosters, and also Maddie Sell, who couldn't join us tonight, but Sally, God, I hope you're feeling better, mate. And your old boy Damien's got a little bit of nice veggie soup just to make you feel a little bit better tonight, mate. But good on you, mate, and we'll see you back next week. We hope you've enjoyed the show.